message her.
Yes, this
Ai,
today
que
will be
pena.
the last one. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Hello, Adriana. How are you?
Hello, I'm
Hello.
fine, and you? And I hope you are all fine. We are getting to the end of this pandemic finally.
Yes.
Let's
I'm
hope
sleeping. Oh, I want to sleep, but that's okay.
yeah. Let's try to survive. Now we are getting to an end. And this is our final Zoom, but it has been a pleasure talking to you guys. And I hope you have enjoyed everything. And today we have the most different country, one of the most different in the world. The writing and everything is different from what we are used to. And I couldn't get another picture, so I got this with, I want to, that China would be written in Chinese, but I couldn't get it, the picture. But can you see, they put the word like this. The word map for them is this, China in the middle. We have us in the middle, Europeans in the middle, but they have the word map like this. Everywhere you go, you see the word map like that, China in the middle. It's one difference. It's quite huge. When you are there, you see where is America, where is everything. But they look the map like that, because China is also a very big country. And so they have also a lot of different temperatures, and they are mostly in the same area in temperature, but they also have north and south and few differences. All right, and I want to share with you. Can you put the next one, please? The next slide. Can I change the slides from here? I don't think so.
Next slide, Ezequiel. The next.
Yes, I want to show you one of the greatest things China has done was the Great Wall. The Great Wall was built during many years, many years, and many dynasties. You know, as you know, China is not a democratic country. So they have empires, they have another system. And the people, they are not Christians, they are Confucius, they believe in other things. They believe in one spirit, in one form, in one color. They have many kinds of beliefs there. They don't believe in one thing like us. We are mostly Christians in Brazil. And in Europe, they are mostly Protestant. But in China, they are not. They believe in different things. Then Vanessa can talk to you about Confucius and other beliefs, right, Vanessa?
I can talk, I don't know. I don't know.
You will know.
China
And then
culture. I don't know.
the Great Wall was built 220 before Christ, and 400,000 soldiers died during the build. And look the size. The size of the Great Wall was like 4 horses together. They didn't have much measures on that time. Imagine 220 years before Christ. So they have like, they measure the length of the wall, 4 horses together. Then 4 horses, that was the measure. And it was built with grass, with wood, with piece of stones. It was built during many dynasties. And you should study a little bit story also about how it was a great thing the world made. Nowadays, we are not building anything anymore. We are just studying what's here, right?
Yes.
Can you go one more, please? Slide. Yes, look, the Great Wall. It was built like that, and the holes were they could get, how I forgot the name. This anyway, I will get for you. And they have the warriors in all these holes, like you can see here. Can you see when I show here the holes? They have warriors all over the place, and these were their bases when they get down to the floor. Because why it was high? It was high because it should protect them from the enemies. It is very high, like 5 meters high. And it has more than 8,000 kilometers. It's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. It took many, over 2,000 years to build. It was a great thing China did. And you can see from the space. The Great Wall, you can see from the space. It's very interesting. One of the wonders in the world. Best wonders in the world. And it's a huge thing, and they build it, and everything in China is a little bit different. The way they think, the way they measure things, their beliefs. Please, the next slide, please. Yes, look, I want to show you the picture on the right side first. The right side is a picture of a city where men were not allowed. Only the empire was allowed. He was the only man in the forbidden city allowed. All the other men, they were called eunuchs. Do you know why they were called eunuchs? Because they have to cut the penis away. There was no man allowed. Only women and the empire. And the empire chose his wife, and it was a pleasure to get a daughter that the empire chose. It was a very good thing in the society. And then these forbidden cities in the middle of Beijing downtown, in the capital of China. And it was a secret place. Only the empire, the only man there allowed was the empire. Everybody else was women or those eunuchs, right? And on the other side, on the left side, I want to show you the lion. And mostly I want to show you the buildings, how the buildings were done. And those small things here in the top. If the building is important, they have a lot of warriors here to protect the building. The warriors, the horse, the empire, an animal or anything they like to have. When you see a lot of these figures on the top of the building for them. Who has the sound open? Hello? Anyway, next one, please. Next slide, please. Look here now. From this picture, you can see a very interesting things, because every building in China has, like these ones, they are lions to protect the building. But it's not only a male lion. The other one, we had a ball. And this one, we had a baby. Look, we have a baby here. So the ball is with the man, and the woman has the baby on her fingers to protect. So always the lions are one male and one female. Every building has a lion or a creature protecting the building, but it has a male and a female animal. And always the man with a ball and the woman with a baby. It's a characteristic there. Everywhere you will see this kind of images protecting the buildings. It's very characteristic there. In the entrance. This is the entrance of the the secret city, as I told you, the forbidden city, by the way, that only the empire was the only man allowed there. Can you go again, please, the other last slide? This one I want to show you, because how they construct China is very old. We talk about 500 years here in Brazil, but Europe is like 3,000 years, and China is about 10,000 years old. We don't know yet. And they build their things without metals. They build making the wood in a way that they would stand, and they are standing still for over 5,000 years, 8,000 years old buildings. So they didn't have any metal to fulfill the entrances of the building, just the wood and the grain and stones and the grass. It's a very interesting thing. They build over wood, and Yes, does anybody want to make any question? Has any question? Does anybody have a question?
Perguntas aí, galera? Eu tenho uma.
Yes, go on.
A China foi a origem do coronavírus?
What? A China what?
A China foi a origem do coronavírus?
Yes, you know that, don't you? Don't you know that it was from there we got it? I think you know that, don't you?
Thanks.
All right. And look the buildings. Do you find it interesting, Hayeri? Do you find this interesting? How they build there without metal? They make like a domino, look.
Não entendi.
Can you...
Rayer, ela tá te perguntando o que você acha dessa construção. Porque ela diz que na China, nas construções, eles não usam material feito de metal.
Não usam?
Não, eles não usam material de metal para construir os prédios, as casas e os lugares.
They didn't used to have metal, Vanessa. These constructions, they are very old. Not nowadays. Nowadays is different, but in the past, we are talking about many years ago.
Gostei.
Like it.
Did you like it?
Uma coisa interessante também é que eles demoravam bastante tempo, né, para fazer as construções. Por exemplo, demorou mais de 2.000 anos para construir a muralha da China.
Yeah, but the Great Wall, it was like 8,000 kilometers, almost 9,000, 8,800 kilometers. So it's a huge thing. It was built during 2,000 years. Remember, in the past, they didn't have machines. They didn't have, like today, everything in the hands or very powerful machines. They built by hands. They took by horses, by camels up. In the Mongol area, I don't know if you have seen the China map, but above Beijing, it's Mongols, the Mongolian. So they had camels there to take the stones above to build the Great Wall. Everything took much, much more time on that time because they didn't have too much technology. We are talking about many years ago. Very many. No, the wheels were just coming up and the cords or the roofs. It's a different techniques of buildings in the past. All right? It's nothing like nowadays.
Pode perguntar, Rayer.
Yes?
Como era feito essas construções?
Yeah, can you tell them, Vanessa?
Pelo que a Adriana estava explicando aqui, o que ela está contando é a história de como era antigamente na China. Claro que hoje em dia é um pouquinho diferente, né? As coisas mudaram de lá para cá. Ela estava falando que no caso, por exemplo, da Grande Muralha, era uma extensão de mais de 8.000 quilômetros, o tamanho dela, e levaram mais de 2.000 anos para construir só essa muralha. Por quê? Eles não tinham essas máquinas modernas que nós temos hoje em dia, né? Então, o que eles faziam? Eles usavam cavalos, carroças para carregar as pedras, os tijolos. Aí, as pessoas que fizeram a muralha, elas pegavam muitas coisas com a mão, iam fazendo de um por um. E como a gente estava falando, eles também não usavam, por exemplo, metal antigamente, né? Os não usavam.
There was no metal. There was no metal. Because China is very old. We are so used to hear the European history, but China and India and Africa, they are much older than what we can imagine.
Gente, só para você ter uma noção, desculpa, só para você ter uma noção, a muralha tem 8.000 quilômetros. Daqui de São Paulo para a Amazônia é 3.000 quilômetros. Ou seja, como se fosse,
a little bit
voltasse e fosse de novo praticamente. Claro, isso falando em uma linha reta de avião, tá, gente? Mas tem essa distância de mais de 3.000 quilômetros. Então, imagina só.
Com licença, mas a muralha já tem um fim?
Oi?
A muralha da China tem um fim?
Tem.
Até onde?
8.000 quilômetros. Do quilômetro
até o Rio?
É dentro da própria China, porque o que acontece? A China é o segundo maior país do mundo, então é um país muito, muito grande, bem maior do que o Brasil. Então é uma muralha que atravessa a China.
Can you put back the first slide, Ezequiel? Slide, first. No, the second slide.
Yeah?
Yes, that. Look here. You can see here, Hayeri. You can see here the wall that was built in
the red.
Yes, in the red. And then from here, from the other map, in the yellow and the red, the map from the left side, all the walls that were built was started. All the Great Wall, they started during more than 2,000 years and many dynasties. You know, we have the empire that in China. It's not a monarchy, it's not democracy, it's an empire. It's like today, like Korea, you know, like Korea, North Korea. He is the empire, he knows everything. And then on the right side, the other map is the wall today. What's left from the Great Wall? And also we have on the right side picture, on the red, there are these dots, these red points, these red lists, red marks. They are the walls that are left nowadays. Remember, this was a very...
Adriana, the Great Wall is broken.
Yes, it's broken in many pieces because it took so long to build. It has gone through many, how do you call it, things in the weather, you know, volcanoes and many different kinds of things during more than 2,000 years. So the Great Wall is not only a line like you can see, marvelous, wonderful. No, it has many pieces, and there are places on the desert. We have the desert in China. So in the desert, there are places that the Great Wall is completely inside the sand. The sand has grown like more than 5 meters during these 2,000 years. And some parts of the Great Wall are under the sand. You can see.
Wow.
You can see it in the desert in China. China, as you said, is a is a big country. So they have desert, they have sea, they have wet, they have sun, they have snow, they have a lot of things. Let's go back there. There are a few other things I want to tell you about China. Is going back to history. Can you go a little bit further, Ezekiel, to the other slides? One, yes, that I want to show you. Look the food. The food is not like we are thinking. We have this on the left side. You have Beijing duck. That's a specialty there. Beijing duck. And on the left side, you have all the things they used to eat. Like, how do you call it? That animal that bites you with his tail. How they call it?
Escorpião.
What animal is this? Is a scorpion?
It's not a scorpion. It's almost like it's a cousin of scorpion because it's very big. And this one here, I don't know. And then on the left side, you can see a soup like you can have in Chinese restaurants. And the specialty in Beijing, Peking, the capital of China, is the Beijing duck. Beijing duck is there, like we have feijoada here, they have the Beijing duck there. So you can see these people on the street. They are selling this kind of food on the street, but you don't eat only this there. You eat everything. You eat spaghetti, you eat anything you like. Yes? Yes? Jair, do you want to ask something?
Eu vejo que eles comem escorpião.
They eat ants. They eat ants. What's ants? They eat ants. They eat a lot of things.
Eles comem aranha também?
I think so, some types. I don't know for sure, but you can go in Google and ask because they eat a lot of things, a lot. This is one difference, like we, and they have their big, everything in China is big. Everything is big. In Europe is small. Yeah. They are much smaller than us. In China, they are 3 times, 5 times bigger than us. You go to a let's see the other slide. Can you put the other slide, please, Ezekiel? This one, then we come. This is another thing I want to talk to you about. When the empire died, he has buried more than 2,000 soldiers with him. When he died, King Shi Huang died. He has buried a lot of soldiers with him. Can you see the pictures then? Because to protect him after life, to protect him, because he is an empire. He doesn't like to die alone. So all the soldiers were dead to be buried with him.
Okay, and let me explain something,
yes,
okay?
And explain to them that this was found, Vanessa, by accident to a guy trying to make, trying to dig a water in Xi'an. That's why they are called Xi'an soldiers. A guy, a farmer, he was trying to find water and he found all this by accident in 90s. In the beginning.
Gente, a Adriana estava contando aqui a história de um dos imperadores que tiveram na China. A China não é um país que tem reis ou rainhas nem presidentes. Eles tinham imperadores. Aqui está contando a história de um imperador chamado Xi'an. Quando ele morreu, quando ele estava para morrer,
Xi'an, it was the city that they were found, okay? Xi'an soldiers.
Mas para que tudo isso falta dos guerreiros?
Wait a second, Jair. Listen to Vanessa now.
Xi'an também era o nome de uma cidade chinesa. E quando o imperador ele morreu, ele quis levar com ele de 210 ou 209 soldados. Então ele colocou fogo nos soldados, os soldados deles morrerem junto com o imperador de lá. Ela disse também que só fizeram essa descoberta na década de 90, quando um fazendeiro estava escavando uma terra, procurando por água, e ele acabou encontrando os restos do que sobraram desse imperador e desse exército de soldados.
Não, ele é feito de pedra.
Yes, and Vanessa, this was made 2010, 2009 before Christ.
Oh.
The empire, Qin Shi Huang, many years ago, but it was found only now on the 90s by a farmer, but they were all intact. They were all built alive, burned alive, because he doesn't want to die alone, like you said, right? This is also very characteristic there. When you die, you don't want to die alone. You take all the soldiers with you. That's nice, right? That's nice.
Então, pensa lá, pessoal, na China como um país com mais de 10 mil anos de idade, principalmente antes de Cristo. Então, o que aconteceu com esse imperador foi mais ou menos uns 200 e poucos anos antes de Cristo. Imagina você conseguir encontrar tudo isso que aconteceu, assim como estão nas fotos, vocês conseguem ver os soldados, que eles foram queimados, mas acabaram sendo construídos como se fossem estátuas mesmo, como eles ficaram no final. Ok.
Yes, and it's amazing because they have the marks and it's amazing. Even the photo on the left side, the first on the top, Vanessa, has a soldier that was the boss of them. If you see, he was the only one with something on the head, and it was yellow, this thing, when they found it. It was amazing. It was amazing. Okay, let's go to the next. I talk a lot about story, but I want to show you something about China. China, nice, but when you are there, of course, do you know what's written here, right? Carrefour, right? Carrefour, but imagine when you enter to a shop, like on the photo behind, it's only written in Chinese, and everything is red, green, blue, and you don't know anything what's that, only the prices.
Wow.
And the money there is called yuan. Yuan is the money there in China.
They only have Carrefour, or they have
they have many others. They have many others. But Carrefour was the first one there from, Carrefour is from France, right?
Okay.
Yes, I just want to show you to tell you that it's when you enter to a shop, everything is written in Chinese. You cannot get it, only the name Carrefour, but everything else is written in Chinese. You don't know.
Essa é a China de hoje em dia?
Yes. Yes. It's winter there. Look, the people are with coats. They have winter, like in Europe. They are in north part. So they have coats, so it's cold there. It's winter.
Esse Qin Shi Huang, ele foi o primeiro imperador?
No, he wasn't.
Não foi?
No, you
Quem
go.
foi então?
You go and look in Google, in internet. Get some story for your curriculum, You should read about story for your curriculum. Can you go to another slide, please, Ezequiel?
Temos 5 minutos, tá bom? Galerinha do bem aí embaixo, pode mandar pergunta também, tá? Amanda, Lucas, Gabriele.
O primeiro imperador da China, Pacu Curitiba.
Yes, look now. I want to show you something very modern from China. China was very old, let's say so, because we feel that we are the world most important thing, but we are not. We only have 500 years. Like I told you, Europe has 3,000, China, India, Africa has 10,000 years old. And
Que isso?
this is the biggest airport in the world. The biggest. Is very modern. It's amazing there inside. It's a very modern thing. Can you go to the other slide, Ezequiel? The other slide, please. Look, Beijing nowadays. It's a very modern city. They even build a shop with a natural forest in it. Look, it's very modern. Beijing is a very modern town, and let's go with the old town too.
Nossa, a China é muito evoluída, hein?
They are very modern. Very modern.
Nossa, gostei. Só que eu não gostei da comida da China.
I want to show you this history, but I also want to show you that they are also nowadays very important economic country, by the way, right? For the whole world, then you talk to them, Vanessa, that China is producing the basics for many medicines and cosmetics. And so they have so much power that we didn't know before the coronavirus, right? Then you explain to them, all right? Do you have any question? Let's go. Not Hayeris, somebody else.
Vamos aí, vamos esperar os colegas fazer algumas perguntas também. Amanda, uma pergunta.
Yes.
Oi.
Manda a primeira pergunta, Amanda, depois o Lucas, por favor. Depois a Gabriela, Sabrina e Nicole.
Let's go. Yes?
Do you speak Chinese?
No, I can speak few words only, but very few. Ni hao, how are you? Xixie, thanks. Ni hao ma, how are you today?
Okay.
What's your name? Ni hao ma, sorry. Ni hao ma, what's your name? But I lived there for 2 years and it's a very short time.
Ok. Lucas, sua vez, manda.
In China, do they really eat dogs or is it a legend?
They eat dogs as we eat meat. The dogs are grown to be killed. They are grown in a farms to be killed. They don't eat your dog on the street. They eat the dog that are created or raised to be killed, right? And it's a very expensive specialty. So you cannot, like a normal person, like I go there, it's very expensive. You have to be like a basketball player or a football player to afford to buy it. It's very expensive to buy dog food, dog meat. Very expensive.
Ok.
Great.
Gabriele?
Yeah.
Oi.
Pode fazer uma pergunta sobre a China.
Tá. Lá existe... São os mesmos dinheiros como aqui? Ou são em dólares?
No. They have their own money. Their money is called yuan. Yuan is like 10 yuans to buy $1. Now it's more. 15 yuans to buy $1. I don't know the race today about that. Between 10 and 15, I don't know today how is it. They have their own money.
Ok. Sabrina, one question?
Oi?
Uma
Mais
pergunta.
rápido aí, que tá acabando.
Dá tempo de mais uma pergunta.
Lá na China eles têm preconceito com LGBT?
I don't know too much about that. But like everywhere else, I think people are the same everywhere. I travel so much, and everywhere I go, I visited, people are just the same. They have their own questions, their own doubts, their own arguments. You can find all kinds of persons everywhere. There is not a country without racism. There is not a country that's perfect. That perfect place doesn't exist, right? It's only in our dreams. You can build that maybe, right?
Ok. Ô, Nicole, seu áudio não está ativando. Temos menos de 1 minuto. Ai, meu Deus. Nicole, eu acho que estava com
Ixi, vai
problema com o seu
acabar,
áudio.
que droga.
Nicole, se tiver alguma pergunta, manda pra gente que eu mando pra Adriana, tá bom? Não sei se está ouvindo. Adriana, queria te agradecer nesses 3 dias que você ficou com a gente aí, foi muito
Thank you.
bacana. Os alunos
Thank
que
you.
participaram, já tá tudo no YouTube lá, depois eu vou te mandar de novo os links.
Saudade.
Vai ficar famosa.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. It was really nice.
Ok, depois eu
And
quero...
I hope you...
Pode falar.
Yes, and I hope you have enjoyed all this.